In a small, quiet town tucked between rolling hills and long fields of tall golden grass, there was a place called Maplewood Valley. It was the kind of town where time seemed to slow down, where it was in no rush to go anywhere. The air was gentle, the evenings were cool, and the nights were so calm you could hear the crickets singing from miles away. At the edge of this town stood a little farmhouse, its paint worn soft by years of sunshine. On that house was a wide wooden porch, the kind where the floorboards creak softly under your feet. It had two old rocking chairs that moved slow and steady, back and forth, like they were breathing with the wind. An old man named Mr. Carter lived there. He didn't speak much. He didn't need to. He carried a sense of peace with him, the way other people might carry their bags or their books. It wasn't heavy, it was just a natural part of who he was. Every evening, just as the sun dipped below the hills, Mr. Carter would sit in his rocking chair. He'd wrap a warm blanket around his shoulders and hold a steaming cup of chamomile tea. He'd just sit there and watch the sky change colors, shifting from peach to gold, then to lavender, and finally into a deep, endless blue. One evening, a young traveler came walking down the dusty road. They looked tired, but it was a different kind of tired. It wasn't the kind that comes from a long journey, but the kind that settles deep inside the heart. Mr. Carter saw them approach, and without a word, he simply nodded toward the second rocking chair, the empty one beside him. It was an unspoken invitation. No words were needed, only kindness. The traveler sat down. The chair began to rock slowly, finding its own rhythm. The wooden boards of the porch whispered softly beneath them. The gentle breeze carried the comforting smell of pine trees and the faint, sweet scent of distant campfire smoke. For a long, quiet moment, there was only the sound of rocking chairs and the rustling leaves. Then the traveler spoke, their voice barely above a whisper. I didn't know where else to go. Mr. Carter just nodded gently, his eyes still on the horizon. You're here now, he said softly, and that's enough. As they sat there, the stars began to appear, one by one, like someone was quietly turning on tiny lights all across the vast, dark sky. In that moment, the world didn't demand anything. It didn't rush, it didn't expect. Everything just was. The traveler took a deep, slow breath, and for the first time in what felt like a very long time, it didn't feel heavy. The two of them sat together in a comfortable silence, their rocking chairs moving in the same slow, peaceful rhythm. The wind moved through the tall grass in the fields, and it sounded like it was humming a gentle lullaby. The night wrapped itself around them like a soft, warm blanket. Mr. Carter's porch wasn't magic, not in the way you read about in stories, but it felt like safety. It felt like a place where you could finally let go. Eventually, the traveler's eyes grew slow and heavy. Their breathing softened, it deepened. The sky above them shimmered gently with a million stars. And sleep came, not as something to fight or resist, but as something warm and calm and welcome. And as they drifted off, the old wooden porch just kept on rocking, steady and sure. So if tonight your heart feels heavy, if you feel lost or tired down to your soul, I want you to imagine yourself there on that porch in Maplewood Valley. Picture yourself sinking into that old rocking chair. Feel the worn wood beneath you, solid and supportive. Feel the cool evening breeze brushing against your face. Listen to the quiet sounds of the night, the crickets, the rustling leaves, the gentle creak of the chair. Let everything slow down. Let the world outside fade away for just a little while. In this place, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be. You're safe here. You're home. You can rest now. Good night.